Hello, everyone. I am Dean Goodrich, and today I will be introducing my team, the oil and gas team. This semester was one of firsts for the oil and gas team. We were the first to get our software Petra up and running within 2 weeks, but also we were the first to have to work in 3 separate countries due to the recent events. While our team was quite affected by campus shutting down due to our need to use the software through OU, I'm incredibly proud of what each of my team members have been able to accomplish, even though one has been quarantined in Oman for the last 2 weeks. We were able to do more with less during an extremely volatile time, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for all of them. Without further ado, allow me to introduce Sabrina, Kais, and Chandler. Sabrina, would you like to tell the audience about our project?
So, hello everyone, my name is Sabrina Villar, and I'm a sophomore majoring in petroleum engineering.
I'm Chandler Dowdican. I'm a junior majoring in petroleum engineering.
And we're the oil and gas exploration team. And this semester, we were working with RKI Energy Resources in Rani Irani, analyzing a rock formation to determine its development potential. We were able to determine its development potential with an average oil production of 230 billion barrels per day, with a net profit of 38.8 million. So in order to do this, we first started by using Petra to determine the well logs we had available. Then we proceeded to perform a well log analysis based on ISOPAC maps. We then created a map of porosity and induction values to determine the area of interest. We determined that the 5,000 square miles at the northeast of the Central County area was the best area for development potential. And then we created an economic evaluation in that area based on 21 wells in 21 square miles. We determined the targeted geologic formation has economic potential for development. However, it is important to understand that this rock formation has not been previously produced. Content and estimated a net profit of 38.8 million. So I'm going to leave you to Kais, who will give you more information over the economic evaluation of this area.
So the end goal of this project is to determine whether the development of the formation is economically attractive or not. To reach our goal, we had to find all sources of expenses and revenues. Due to the limitation of our data we relied on the U.S. Energy Information Administration on the expenditures. So according to the EIA, beside the operational cost, the expenditure are divided into 3 main categories: drilling, completion, and facilities. Drilling cost range between 1.8 and 2.6 million with an average cost of $2.3 million. Completion cost range between 2.9 and 5.6 million and with an average cost of 4.2 million. Facilities cost around 0.4 or 0.5 million. The total upfront cost or the total capex cost is around 6.8 million. The revenues come from selling the oil. We determined that our target area has a total original oil in place of 42 million barrels per section. A section is an area of 1 mile square or 64 acres. However, we can only obtain 6% of these 42 million, which is around 2.5 million barrels per section, which are we going to use to evaluate our economics of the formation. And so we used 2019 WTI oil price to calculate the revenues. However, according to the EIA, production of 1 barrel of oil costs around $38. Therefore, beside the upfront cost of 6.8 for each well, there is an yearly operational cost of 30.2 million. The chart on the left shows us that the yearly net profit over the life of a well, which is assumed to be 30 years. The first part represents the capital expenditure, and the other part represents the yearly expenses and the net profit. The chart on the right shows the cumulative net profit, and it tells us that with an average oil production of 230 barrels per day will result in a net profit $38.8 million. However, there is no profit is made in the first 5 years because all revenues are used to recover the original cost of investment, which is the upfront cost, which is $6.8 million. In our approach to find the net income of the project, there were main uncertainties, including oil price, life of the well, and recovery factor. We used our base case study an oil price of $57 per barrel of oil, which is the WTI 2019 average cost, a recovery factor of 6%, and the life of the well to be 30 years. The chart on the right shows that how does these three uncertainties change the net income. The black line in the middle represent the base case study, which result in net income $38.8 million. And for example, if we change the oil price from $57 per barrel to 47 barrel of oil, the net income will be around 5 million. While if the oil price increases to be 66, the net income will increase by 25 millions. And also the chart tells us that the well does not have significant impact on the net income. All right, now I'm going to leave you with Chandler, so we're going to give a summary and next steps of this project.
So we believe, due to the economic potential of this reservoir, that the project should be continued for further investigation. We first created an ISOPAC map as well as an induction map to identify and visualize the target areas of this formation. Next, using the geochemical equation given to us by RKI, we calculated the original oil in place to be around 42 million barrels per section. We used that plus the recovery factor to determine that the hydrocarbon recoverable to be worth around $38.8 million. We believe we must continue our research to determine the full economic viability of this formation. This will first include calculating the original oil in place for the complete target area instead of just the 21 sections. Next, we can use previously drilled wells within this formation or wells that were drilled in similar geological formations to create the best well design for this new potential play. Lastly, we can modify the cost of this formation development under more specific considerations, such as location of the rig, lease operating costs, and completion designs. Due to the recent events, we were unable to fully complete this project. However, we really did enjoy working on this project and gaining real industry experience. Due to the confidential nature of this project, we cannot accept questions at this time. Thank you.